That would be wonderful. I would love it. What do you need today, Scott? Just some movement. Hello. And hello.
Downward dog is always good.
Downward dog, yeah. I was thinking maybe some of that. Some downward dog. If you're just coming online, the usual mat or just a non-slip area. And strap. I keep saying we're going to use the strap and we never do. So I'm going to try and make sure we use it today. If you don't have a strap, get a towel or get a blanket or a t-shirt or something that's kind of long, about this length. My arms are really long, so it probably looks longer. If you want a bolster, if you don't have a bolster, get pillows or cushions, have them nearby. You can get extra blankets if you need, if you've got sensitive knees. And yeah, we'll start in like 1 minute. Make sure to set yourself up wherever you need to be. And I like this. Okay. I'm going to turn off comments on Instagram. And don't forget there's a 5 o'clock class as well. And 5 o'clock is going to be way more intense. This is kind of just like a warm-up, move your body type thing. We are going to start in a seated position today. And please remember, if you have injuries or if there's anything going on physically, to modify. Modify as much as you need. Just do half or a bit. Have your props where they're kind of easy to grab. It'll make your life a lot easier. And yeah, hopefully you're all having a great day so far. So if anything happens to Instagram, jump over to YouTube. It's MJ Travers. Be awesome. I would love it if you subscribe as well. Please, please, please. And get your mum to subscribe. Your brother and your sister. And your next door neighbors.
Husband and your wife.
Pardon?
Husband and
your
your
husband and your wife. Everyone, please. Okay, so we'll start seated. I want to start in a hero's position, so that is knees together, feet wide. If you've got really large calves, you'll roll them out slightly. Sit your bum down in between your heels. Now, if this is not accessible for your body, you're going to sit up on mini blocks. But think of your head being on top of the ribs, on top of the pelvis. So we're in a more of an upright spinal position. If you need to pad your bum up high. So again, if you don't have blocks, I didn't say it before, you can grab books or a heap of cushions and just sit up. So this might be really, really intense. If it is, sit up taller. If you have any injuries, just extend the leg where you have the injury. So if this is just way too much. And then the toes will point back. It's like the feet are hugging the outside of the thighs, or if you're sitting on blocks or cushions, the feet are hugging the cushions. And then bring the hands onto the legs, so it can be palms down or face up. Let me get my timer and everything going. Close your eyes and just notice where your head and spine is in relation to the pelvis. Do you feel like you're leaning backwards or leaning forwards or a little more to one side or the other? Can you bring that nice upright tall position? Relax your jaw. Have the teeth just gently closed. So the best way to breathe through the nose, or to help the body to breathe through the nose, is with the jaw closed but not clenched, and then the tongue just on the top of the mouth, so the roof of the mouth, but not pressed, just sitting, resting on the top of the mouth. And then with the eyes closed, but the shoulders roll back and down, so the collarbones expand wide, but we're not opening it too far. Again, have all your props where you can grab them easily. And with the eyes closed, breathe down into the abdomen. So beneath or below the navel, that little ring at the low back, the below abdomen, all the way around through the waist. Let it expand out as you breathe in. Let it tone in as you breathe out. You might take Ujjayi breath. If you do practice with Ujjayi, seal the lips, drag the air in and out of the nose. Widen at the epiglottis, so it's like you're dragging the air back and down to fill the lungs all the way, very tips of the lungs. And then you drag it out again. Notice if you're squinting the eyes or frowning through the forehead. Notice as well if the low back starts to slouch a little bit. Can you sit up a little taller? So where we are today, the weather is so much nicer. It seems to have brought a bit of lightness, a bit of happiness, some almost like hope. I'd like you to think what you're going through currently, if there's anything that's kind of tough, and how you're dealing with that, and then put that to the side so you can come back to presence and create some tools to go back to whatever it is that you're dealing with later. But let it stay on the side, or maybe even think of putting it, tucking it underneath your mat so it's out of sight, out of mind. Take a few more breaths, sit up tall. Two more. Notice if the breath does get stuck, especially in different positions where the body's not completely comfortable. Might not be that easy to breathe. Observe if the shoulders are tense or tight or anywhere else. One more full inhale. And one more full, complete exhale. Now we're going to use our strap. So we'll grab our strap. There you go. And open it up. So again, if this is not comfortable, sit up taller. If you need to release it, you can release it. With the strap open wide, bring the hands onto the end, lift the arms straight up to the sky. Now this might be exactly where you stay. If you stay here, just stay and stand up tall as if your butt bones are your feet and you're standing up from there through the head to the hands. Now, as long as you can keep the elbows straight, bring the hands back. Now you might only go back part way or all the way. Notice if the ribs flare and the head kind of bobbles or does the chicken dance around. Try and keep everything stable and still. Hug it in nice and tight. Inhale, lift the arms up. Again, if you're bending the elbows, open the arms wider. Exhale, the hands come forwards and down. Inhale, arms lift up. If you need to widen the hands on your strap, please do. Exhale, hands come back. Keep the head on top of the pelvis. Again, inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, arms come forwards. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, bring them back again, only as far as it's comfortable for you without doing the little snake dance. Inhale, slowly lift. Exhale, come forwards. You might just come halfway again. You can just keep coming up and down with the arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Maybe just stay here. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, bring them forwards. Do one more. Inhale, the arms lift. Exhale, arms come back. Inhale, arms lift. Keep the arms lifted here. Let's take a little side body stretch. Push, reach over the upper body over to the left and push the right hip down. If you need to bring the left hand onto the ground or onto a prop, you can. You might want to look up past the right arm through the elbow. Again, press the right hip down, the right foot down. Take another inhale breath. And one more full exhale. Inhale, hug the hips, lift the arms. Exhale, let's take it to the other side. So the right hand comes down, the upper body reaches over. Maybe the hand comes to the ground or to a prop. Press the left hip and left foot into the ground. Again, you have the option to look up. Notice if the spine's rounded forwards or backwards. Try and keep everything in a nice arc over to the right. It's more of a lateral stretch in the left side. Take a full inhale. And a full exhale. Now to get out of it, hug the hips in. Inhale, lift back to the center. Exhale, bring the arms down and forwards. Remove the strap, bring the hands to the ground, step back to a downward facing dog. So the feet, bring them just a little wider than the hips and bend the knees. Then one knee at a time, maybe move the pelvis around, and press the heels down. Keeping the breath moving nice and slowly down into the low back and low abdomen. Take a full breath in. And then lower the knees down to the ground. Work on the spine a little bit more. So if you need the hands on blocks or to pad the knees, please do. Inhale for cow. Lift the front of the chest, spread the collarbones, tilt the tailbone up. And exhale, dome the spine all the way up to the shoulders, chin to chest, cat pose. Option to come onto fingertips. Inhale, cow, lift the hamstrings, pull the chest forwards through the biceps. And exhale as you round for cat. Again, inhale, cow. And exhale, dome the spine for cat pose. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, round for cat. Let's come to our neutral spine. Grab our block, put it on the sacrum, for that fun stuff that we get to do. So we're going to work through the hips here. We're going to turn to the side so you can see. We're going to start with the left leg, but put the block on the sacrum so it's like a little security deposit. You don't want it to fall off. The hands will be shoulder width position. Hug the upper arms in. Really think of that supporting the body, pulling the chest forwards. Keep the right knee down. If you need to tuck the right toes, you can. Left knee comes forwards towards the elbow. Left knee opens out to the side. Turn the left foot up to the sky. Keep hugging the right hip in. Now bring the left foot back behind you. Square the pelvis to the ground to push the foot up using the hamstring and the glute. Make sure that you're not moving the spine. Pull the knee forwards again. Hug the arms. We'll bring the left knee out to the side. The rest of the body hugging in tight. Turn the left foot up to the sky. Imagine you're putting a plate on the sole of the foot. And then bring the foot back behind you. Pull the ribs up. Square the hips. Bring the knee forwards. Send the pubic bone back. And now let's bring the foot back behind us. Reverse it. And then open the foot out to the side. Knee points in and down. Open the knee out to the side. Bring the knee to the tricep. Do it one more time. Foot comes up and back. And then open the foot out to the side, knee in. And the knee out to the side. Try and pull it forwards, keeping the ribs and spine still. And then bring the knee to the left tricep. Lower the knee down to the ground. Remove the block. Let's lie forwards on our belly. Come all the way down. Bring the hands either under the front of the shoulders or further back under the elbows. The forehead comes down. The feet are either together or at a hip width position. We press all 10 toenails down into the ground so the kneecaps lift and the quads firm. Lengthen the tailbone towards the back of the heels. As you push the pubic bone forwards, lift the chest forwards and up for a baby cobra. And exhale, we'll slowly lower back down. Continuing to move. Inhale, lift up. Pull your chest and head forwards away from the pelvis. Press the feet down. Exhale, lower back down. Again, inhale, pull the chest forwards and up. Exhale, lower back down. One more. Inhale, pull the chest forwards and up. Exhale, lower back down. Tuck the toes. Bring yourself back up to a tabletop position. Let's do the other side. So, grab our block again. Put it on the sacrum. So you come onto your hands and knees. Turn this way so hopefully you can see. Again, side view. So from here, I want you to really firm everything in nice and tight so the body is stable. Again, think of this block not moving or whatever it is that you're putting on the pelvis. Don't want to tip it off. Option to tuck the left toes forwards or keep the toes untucked. Grip the ground, pull the chest forwards through the biceps. Now hug the outer hips in as you pull the right knee forwards. Open the right knee out to the right side. Keep the arms hugging. Turn the right foot up to the sky, knee down. Bring the foot back behind you, square the hips, keep the chest lifted and the ribs in. Bring the knee forwards. Again, squeeze the arms, lift the biceps up. Open the knee out to the side, like your dog having a pee in a fire hydrant. Turn the foot up to the sky, knee down. Bring the foot back behind you, square the hips, ribs in, chest stays forwards. Bring the knee forwards. And now we'll reverse it. Bring the foot back and up. Keep the spine stable and strong. Foot out to the side, knee in. Knee out to the side. Knee to right tricep. Doesn't have to touch. Let's do it one more time, reversing. Keep the spine steady, lift the foot up. Open the foot out to the side. Bring the knee forwards. And then bring the knee to tricep or to elbow. Lower the knee down. Remove the block. Let's again come forwards onto our belly. This time we'll take a Sphinx pose. So we'll come onto our forearms instead. So it's like you're propping the front of the body up. The elbows come either just under the shoulders or just in front of the shoulders. If this is uncomfortable, you can always bring the elbows wider. You can widen the feet further, so just notice how it feels on the sacrum and the low spine as well. You need to create fist or karate chop the ground because that feels better for the shoulders, that's an option. But here, I want you to roll the front of the chest forwards as you pull the triceps back and very, very gently press the toenails into the ground. Same thing as the baby cobra. Think of the tailbone reaching back as the pubic bone pushes forwards, inner thighs roll up. And it's like a big ski slope shape from the back of the head all the way down to the heels. Take another full breath in. Keep pulling the chest forwards as you broaden the collarbones wide. And exhale, slowly lower everything forwards and down. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Now this is an option to come up through the hands and knees, but otherwise, can you firm the body here? So tuck the toes and push the heels back, firm the thighs, suck the navel up, hug the arms in, push up to a high plank position, downward facing dog. Again, take some movement, bend one knee really deep, move the pelvis around. Do this both sides. And then very slowly walk your hands to the back of the mat, to your feet. Coming all the way back. Keep the feet wide, we'll take a ragdoll. So you can grab opposite elbows, let the head hang. The weights forwards into the front of the legs without gripping the toes. Just let them be pressed gently for stability. And then whatever bind or grip you're taking, swap it over so the opposite forearm or fingers are on top. Another full breath in. And then release the hands to the ground. Bring the feet to a hip width position. Press the heels, the big toe mound, the baby toe mound down. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips to the shins. Lift your hamstrings up. So it's like you're really starting to lift the tailbone up from the thigh, the back of the thighs. Take another full inhale breath. Pull the chest forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Fingers to shins. Pull the chest forwards. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, lift halfway, hug the outer hips, extend the front of the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands away from you as you come to a downward facing dog position again. Inhale, lift the right leg high, straight up to the sky. Exhale, open the right hip, bend the knee. Option to straighten the right leg. Push the left heel down, start to square the chest to the ground. Let's take the runner's lunge. Step the right foot outside of your right wrist or the right block if you had your hands on blocks. If you need to come up with support, hands on blocks, forearms on blocks, whatever's comfortable, please make sure that your right heel is just up in front of the right knee. It's not behind. Might stay right here. Another option to use our strap again if we need it in a second, so make sure it's nearby. If you prefer this pose to be an active pose, you'll lift the back knee and or tuck the back toe. So it could be either untucked, like we did yesterday, maybe the day before, or tucked. Take 2 more breaths. Again, you can move around, you can be still. One more full inhale and full exhale. Now, if you need a strap for a quad stretch, please grab the strap in your right hand. You don't need to have a loop. You can hook it around the foot. It's probably better so it won't tighten on the foot. Option to put a block under your left hand. Lift your right hand straight up to the sky. With or without the strap, reach the right hand all the way back. Lift the left foot. Now with the strap, you might just hook it around the foot and then pull in from there. If you don't need the strap, you'll grab the foot, the baby toe side. Create resistance between pulling the foot in, the leg in, and pushing it away using the leg. Gently press down into the right big toe mound. Take another full breath in. And with control, release the foot to the ground. Bring the hands either back onto the blocks or onto the ground. Tuck your back toes. And let's bring the right leg up and back behind us, 3-legged dog. You can take some big circles here. That might be a bent knee, it might be a straight leg. Let's meet in downward dog in 3, in 2, in 1. Inhale, lift the left leg high. And then exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, reach the foot to the right glute, push the right heel down. You need to stay here or now straighten the left leg, square the chest to the ground. So we make our way to a runner's lunge. Left foot comes outside the left wrist or the left block. Again, active, passive, whatever you need. Heel just in front of the knee. Take what the body needs here. Move around, be still. Maybe even close the eyes so you can really start to feel deeply what's going on. Take 2 more breaths. One more full inhale. Full exhale, coming up onto the palms or onto the blocks. Again, put a block under the right hand if you need. The strap will come into the left hand. And rather than making a loop, just have it as if it's 2 long sides, you're holding both sides. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Reach the left hand back. You'll lift the right foot off the ground and then hook the strap around it, however you need to get that, and then pull it in. And if you don't need the strap, grab the baby toe side. Kick the foot away, so use the strength of the leg and then use the strength of the bicep to pull it in. Keep pressing gently into the left big toe. A couple more breaths. One more full inhale. And then very slowly release the foot to the ground. Bring the hand to the inside. Again, use the blocks under the hands if you need the blocks for downward dog. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, press the arms down and in. Three-legged dog, left leg comes high. And again, you can just stay here. You can take some big circles. Medium down dog in 3, in 2, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forwards, come onto the tiptoes. Exhale, lower the knees down to the ground. We'll come to a seated position, so if that means you sit up on your blocks, please do. Maybe on your cushions, blankets, sit up as high as you need, so your pelvis is in an upright position. Let's extend our right leg forwards, bring our left foot to the inner right thigh. If your left knee is all the way off the ground, please put props under the knee so it's supported and stable. Now the right heel straight out from the right hip joint, the hip socket. Flex the toes back, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, goalpost the arms. Keep the toes flexed, hug the outer hips in. Inhale, lift the arms back up to the sky. Exhale as we tip forwards, hands might come to the leg or to either side. If you are rounded, inhale, lift the chest up. Now, this is a little bit, we've done a little bit of this a few weeks ago. Can't remember when because time, today's day. But only move as far as you can control the contraction towards one another and away from one another. So right now, I want you to think of pulling the leg to your chest and pulling your chest to your leg. So you're closing the gap by squeezing everything in. So we're not going to use the arms. It's just more of a, like, pull the leg up, pull the chest down. If that makes sense? It's not fun, I know. But you're going to gain more from this than forcing it in any other way. So pull the leg up, pull the chest down. And now the opposite, I want you to push the leg down as you push the chest away from the leg. This is work for me. Whew. And then again, pull the leg to the chest, try and squeeze the gap closed. Push the leg down, chest away from leg. So moving slowly, again, pull the leg to the chest, pull the chest to the leg. Squeeze it into one another. Last one, push the leg down, chest away from leg. Bring the right hand behind. Let's do a little bit of what Almond was doing. Please make sure you rotate the right shoulder back, lift up onto the left knee, right heel, reach the arm back. Modification. You can stay if you want. You don't have to lift up, you can just reach the arm back. And then slowly lower the pelvis back down. Let's swap it over. Left leg comes straight forwards, right foot to left thigh. Flex the left toes to the face. Push the left heel away. Same thing. Straight out from the hip socket. Something supports the right leg if the knee's all the way lifted. Left hamstring back to the left glute. Lift the arms straight up to the sky. Sit tall. So again, you're sitting on top of the sitting bones. Exhale, goalpost the arms. Lift the chest. Inhale, arms lift back up. Exhale, we pull ourselves forwards. Hands might come to the leg or either side. If you are rounded, inhale, lift the chest forwards and up. It's like a halfway lift. So from here, same thing. I want you to think there's a magnet pulling your chest down to your leg and your leg up to your chest. So squeeze the leg up, the chest down. And now opposite, push the leg down as you push the chest away from the leg. Everything should be working, not just one place, not just one muscle. Again, pull the chest and the leg together. That's slow movement, constant movement. Inhale, push the leg down, lift the chest. Again, pull the leg up, chest down. Leg down, chest up. Last one, pull the leg as hard as you can into the chest. The stomach closes towards the leg. And then leg down, chest lifts. Either stay here, you have an option to bring the left hand behind you. Push into your left heel, into your right shin and knee. Lift up, maybe option to lift up, reaching the right hand behind. And then bring your bum back down. If you have a block under your bum or anything else, you can move it to the side. Have the blocks where they're easy to grab. Let's move down onto our back. Soles of the feet come flat to the ground. Inhale for bridge pose. Lift the pelvis up, roll the outer hips up to the sky. The inner thighs roll down. Think of lengthening the tailbone, but at the same time, the pubic bone drops down slightly, so we're not gripping at the low back at all. Press the triceps down. Also, please make sure that the upper neck is not compressed, so you're not lengthening at the back of the neck. We keep the neck long, but we want that space at the upper neck. So we're not compressing the nerves that move down into the spine. You might need to lift the chin or put a blanket under the head. We're here for about 5 more breaths. So if you need to walk your feet wider or turn the toes out or bring the feet closer in towards you or further away from you, put them where it's going to be more supportive. You are welcome to interlace the fingers underneath, pressing down into the triceps. Keep the breath down into the low abdomen, low back. Ring. You are interlacing the fingers, swap the grip over so each finger moves over a space. Keep rolling the inner thighs down, wrapping the outer hips up. One more inhale. If you have that grip, keep it for the bottom or until the bottom of the exhale. Release the hands. We'll hold the hips up for this inhale breath. On the exhale, slowly articulate down. Walk the feet wide. Either bring the arms out wide or a goalpost, great T position, or a halo behind you. On the exhale, knees drop left. We'll stay here. So if it's really intense and discomfort, pain at the low back, please grab a block, put it to the inside of your right leg to support you. You're here for just a few breaths. Option to reach the right hand further back. Get that deeper stretch line down the front right side. You need to walk the feet wider, more narrow, closer in towards you, further away from you. The deeper that you breathe, the more your body knows it's okay to let go. Take one more. And slowly lift the knees through the center. Let the knees drop to the right. Same option if you need a prop to the inside of the left leg or outside of the right leg. Left arm can come back. Breathe into the entire front left side. There should be no discomfort, no compression at the sacrum or low spine. Close the eyes and breathe exactly how you're working that breath as deep as you possibly can at the beginning of the class. Take 2 more. One more full inhale. Full complete exhale. And bring the knees back to the center. Hug the knees to the chest. You can have the legs side by side or pull them a little wider so the knees are towards the underarm. You're welcome to move. If the legs are wider, it looks like you're driving a bus with the pelvis, pivoting it side to side, or maybe just rocking side to side on the back of the pelvis if that feels better. You're either just staying here in this gentle movement or with the legs together, or moving to a full happy baby now. So you might grab the big toes with the peace fingers. You might grab the ankles, the outer feet, or maybe the back of the knee. So think of keeping the back of the pelvis, the head and the shoulders on the ground. Same thing, you can stay still, you can gently move. Take one more deep, full breath in. And then hug the knees to the chest. As we release into our resting pose of Shavasana. So legs and arms wide. Option to put blocks under the back of the knees. Close the eyes. Put a Put a blanket over the abdomen. If you have a bolster or cushions or pillows, you can put them under the back of the knees as well. Make this comfortable. As the breath now, as we were deepening it before, let it just stay in the chest. Let it be shallow, without force, without too much control. Just let it naturally and easily move in and out to the upper body. Close the eyes and let the eyeballs get nice and heavy. The front of the body melt down through the layers, through the tissues, the bones, the organs, all the way through the back of the body. Let it get heavy into the ground beneath you. As you lay here, you may have done some different things, slightly different movements and normal coordination with the breath. You may have been slightly pushed out of your comfort zone. You just notice how you now feel. What has changed through the different layers, through the physical, through the mental, through the thoughts, the mind. What has changed into the deeper layers of the emotions, the energy. Might be subtle changes, they might be big, or noticeable. Whatever the changes are, know that whatever movement you did today, whatever poses, you brought yourself to this point of exactly where you are. You might have new tools, new things to help you to move through any further challenges that you have. I highly suggest staying right here. You are ready to move back into your day, wherever it is for you. Deepen the breath, move the body, until you can bring yourself up to a seat. Let it be slow. If you're preferring to stay in your resting pose, stay. Just let my words, noises move over your head. If you are at a seat, the hands will either be on the legs, the lap, or the heart. So those changes, those things that you may have been moving through physically, mentally, here on the mat, let that be how you're able to conduct yourself with presence, with focus, just giving it the best that you possibly can through everything else that you're yet to do. So I was talking to a friend this morning, and I knew this, but even it just became a lot more stable in my thoughts. That everything that we're going through, it's not just me going through it. So you can think about it like this. It is everybody. Seems to be the entire world is going through some sort of difficulty in a way. The way that I was able to turn everything around was to think of how, instead of just focusing on what I was going through, how I could then change it to see what I could do to help others. So I'm not focusing on me. So I'm giving goodness, I'm helping other people. So I don't know if that's something that you might want to do. It helped me to feel better. Because I know when I do things like this, I do these classes, whatever it is, I'm helping someone else, I'm talking to someone, I'm being an ear or a shoulder, that it helps me to feel like I'm doing something good without needing any gain or anything in return. Hopefully that makes sense. So hopefully you can move through this in a stronger, more definite way that's positive for you. Bring your hands now through prayer. Thumbs come to the third eye. As we bow in gratitude. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. So again, 5 o'clock class. If you need YouTube, if anything happens, to Instagram. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Be sure to subscribe, comments, feedback, all of that stuff. Please send it my way. Thank you.